What is up, you guys? This is LionLover228 here, and I am finally back again after another few months. I apologize for any of the inconvenience here, but today we are back on another episode on YouTube. You heard me right, YouTube. And I am addicted to YouTube, so why the heck not? I should not make an episode on there. But trust me, I'll try to make more Hunter Call of the Wild videos, if I gotta be honest here. But I have been getting word on YouTube of a new reserve that is just starting to come out on PC. There's this new map coming to the Hunter Call of the Wild that's basically going to be released first on PC, as all of the maps always are. That's kind of unfair and annoying. But anyways, there is this new map that is coming to the game, and of course, PC will have it first. It's a map based off of New Zealand, and it's what they call Te Awaroa National Park. So basically, what this reserve is telling me about is that it's the second national park in the Hunter Call of the Wild franchise. Basically, nearly all of them are just hunting reserves, but two of them, including Medved Taiga, Medved Taiga is basically a national park, like the upcoming map that's coming out. And basically, I'm actually pretty excited for this map to come out on PS4 and Xbox One. But if I have to be honest here about the release dates, I just honestly wish if the new DLC map, or pretty much every map DLC, would come out at the same time. For example, they'd get finished with the PC version of the map, but then they should also start working on the Xbox One and PS4 versions, and then release them at the same time. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I think the devs should be doing, until they finally decide to stop updating and, make it as it is. And if I'm correct, this game is basically just a work-in-progress game, in the form of, releasing DLC maps once every 6 months. In other words, it takes them half a year to produce a map. Kind of like Silver Ridge Peaks. Well, last time before we got Silver Ridge Peaks, we got Cuatro Colinas last December. And then 6 months later, we get Silver Ridge Peaks. And this month, but for me, next year, well, you guessed it, Te Awaroa National Park. So, if you don't think I'm on YouTube right now, I actually am. And basically, I'm just going to start playing the trailer. I mean, I have already seen the trailer before, but I'm just doing that for obvious reasons. Anyway, I don't care if some of you have already seen the trailer, I'm just doing it for obvious reasons anyway. So basically, let's start the trailer and listen to it.
Peggy 16.
Maybe you think you know this place? You've seen it on the big screen, wondered at our varied landscapes. You've watched rustic scenes of village life, epic battles under great stone monuments. But the real New Zealand is beyond your wildest imagination. I've never wanted for anything outside of this slumbering paradise, where the long river meets the coast at the foot of the Southern Alps. The heady days of the venison wars are long gone, but with our unique biodiversity under threat, we need hunters like you more than ever. Experience a place where quick-footed chamois play atop alpine ridges so high you can almost touch the sky. Feral goats with sweeping horns make themselves at home on steep crags, while further down, open fields teem with feral pigs and mischievous rabbits. And on the west coast, wet and wild beech forests throng with all types of deer strutting through the thicket, from the big to the, well, bigger. But our top drawer is a little more elusive. The wily seeker deer will make you work for it. So come on. What stories will you tell at the Awaroa National Park?
Alright, so as all of you watching this video have just seen just now, and basically what it's saying right there, as I just said before, it's coming out on December 10th for PC. In other words, that's only like, in other words, that's only just about 5 days away from now. And according to the next part of the sentence, it says, and early 2021 for PS4 and Xbox One. So basically what this is telling us is that in about 5 days, this game will be officially released. But for Xbox One and PS4 players, it'll be out on early 2021. But because it says early 2021 instead of the precise date, no one, or even me, will exactly know when this will come out on Xbox, basically. We should be getting more news on when it would come out on Xbox One and the PS4 versions. But either way, let's talk a little bit about the wildlife that was featured in this video. So basically, this video not only gives us, so basically, this trailer gives us views on what the new reserve is going to look like, including some of the wildlife, of which some of the wildlife is apparently feral. Basically, from what I know so far about the new reserve coming up, starting from Class 1 all the way to Class 9, but I don't think there's any Class 9 animals exactly. But either way, starting at Class 1, we apparently have European rabbits. And for what I think is Class 4, since there's nothing below, since there's no Class 2 or Class 3 animals for all I know so far. Basically, my guesses for Class 4 animals would be feral pigs, hammy. I'm sorry if I'm not saying the Hamoise's name properly, but you know what? If you understand properly, I'll just be saying the animal shown right here, a Hamoi, or a hammy. You know, I'm just gonna call it a Hamoi. I don't really care how she pronounces this animal. But either way, after the Hamoi, we have feral goats, of which I'm also pretty excited to hunt, since despite I don't play the classic version of the Hunter, I do know about it. In fact, I go to its wiki for research, even if I don't play it, basically. And for all I know, feral goats were in the Hunter Classic before the Hunter Call of the Wild, as shown right here. Next, we have feral pigs, if I was correct. And then next we have fallow deer and the sika deer. In fact, I think the sika deer might be Class 4, judging by its size. And something that's pretty wacky between red deer and sika deer, they can actually hybridize with each other. Especially in parts of Europe where sika deer have been introduced, such as the UK. This is why sika deer are hunted in the United Kingdom. Basically for that reason, just so that sika deer would come into less breeding contact with red deer. But either way, after the Class 4 wildlife, the red deer is definitely a Class 6 animal, like the Yukon Valley caribou and wildebeest and a bunch of other wildlife species. But either way, it would have been probably pretty cool if there was a bird species to hunt in this new reserve coming up as well. Like, I don't know, a duck species or something would have been probably a good choice as well as the newly released European rabbits on Hirschfelden. Nearly before we've gotten this trailer, European rabbits are just new animals that was released to Hirschfelden first. And Hirschfelden Hunting Reserve is technically an example of where a European rabbit is native to. As for New Zealand, however, European rabbits are not exactly native there. And I also have no idea, and I know these European rabbits live in burrows, but for either reason, I just don't know when they come out of their burrows, basically. So if anyone that's a good hunter of the European rabbit's short release, if anyone knows when they come out of their burrows for a little opportunity to shoot, please let me know down in the comments below, because I really want to bag my first European rabbit. But I just don't know when they come out. That's the main problem. Apparently they're not like the jackrabbit or hare species, such as European hare from Quattro Colinas, scrub hare from Virunga, and white-tailed jackrabbit from Leighton Lake District, basically. But either way, I would really appreciate it if anyone in the comments section would tell me when European rabbits usually come out of their burrow to feed, or even to drink, basically. I definitely appreciate that. I would definitely appreciate all the help I could get in getting to bag my first European rabbit. And don't worry, I also have the right weapons to take on European rabbits, just in case I see some. So you won't need to worry about that. But either way, this is basically my thoughts on the New Zealand map coming up on December 10th for PC players and early 2021 for PS4 and Xbox One versions, basically. Overall, I'm pretty excited to make a video on my first look at... Basically, I'm pretty excited to hunt the wildlife. Basically, I'm pretty excited to hunt some of the unique wildlife I will encounter on the day it's released, because of course I will buy the DLC once it appears. But if you guys understand, I am an Xbox One player, so it's going to take me a while before I can even try out this map, because obviously PC players always get everything first in this game, compared to other users. Overall, I rate this about, a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10 would be my rating. I mean, there could have been at least one more species, I don't know, a bird species that I could be interested in hunting in. But the wildlife is definitely cool enough, basically. And the Sika deer, the Sika deer is definitely what I'm looking forward to hunting. And I just hope I'll be able to find diamonds in this reserve as well. And I also forgot to mention, I also have a special announcement in the comments section below. So, if you want to comment on this video, just make sure to check it out. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you enjoy my content, please subscribe. It would do me wonders. Either way, Ripperoo will be telling us the announcement. And I will see you on the next video. Hopefully not in the next 2 months, because I'm trying to post more often. Anyways, adios amigos.